Welcome to this episode of Social Distance Television, the show funded during the COVID-19 scare to make our students more aware.
From news to schoolwork, everything is constantly changing and it's hard to keep up with it all. We're here to fill you in with national and local news along with various student-made segments, so enjoy.
I'm Devin Handy.
And I'm Elena Pittman.
And you're watching SDTV. On today's show, we'll feature special guests from Blair High School, bringing you a boredom buster and a keeping positive cooking segment. Later, we'll watch a hidden talent and catch up with the binge-worthy desk. But first, let's see what's in the news.
In local news, MCPS is working towards having second semester grades count as either pass or fail rather than the standard letter grades. An MCPS correspondent said this is because it provides equity towards all students with varying levels of access to technology and learning resources.
A Montgomery Blair student was inspired to help his community, and he did so in an amazing way. Arjun Oberoi, at only 15, has used his 3D printers in his basement to create face shields, which he distributes locally and produces about 20 to 30 per day. The design is approved by the NIH, and he has distributed the face shields to a fire station, police department, and hospital located in Montgomery County.
In national news, President Trump signed an executive order on Wednesday that restricts certain categories of immigrants from entering the country for 60 days. Immigrants working and living in the U.S. who are seeking to become legal permanent residents, people who enter the country on non-immigrant visas, and the spouses and underage children of U.S. citizens will not be affected. People that come to the country on employment-based immigration and legal permanent resident spouses and children will not be allowed in the country during the 60-day restriction.
Let's recall some important news in episode 5, when senior White House advisor Anthony Fauci revised his prediction, saying on April 9th that the U.S. death toll from coronavirus could be closer to 60,000 Americans and not the hundreds of thousands he originally predicted. The more optimistic prediction assumed full social distancing. And although most of us are social distancing, the death toll on April 23rd was around 50,000 Americans, which shows no clear end in sight. We lose around 2,000 Americans each day to the coronavirus, so the earlier bleaker prediction may be correct.
That's all for today, but be sure to check back next episode for more updates on current events.
What better way to start off this episode than to feature several submissions sent by Lila Chafe, the producer of Silver Lens at Blair High School. Enjoy today's Boredom Buster, brought to you by Daniel Gregg, who shares some cool camera art tricks.
Hey Blazers, I want to share with you a pretty cool photography technique that you can easily experiment with at home. This technique is called light painting, and it looks a little bit like this. Making these photographs is really simple with a DSLR, but you can still achieve similar results with your phone if you download an app that allows you to control the shutter speed. In your camera settings, adjust the shutter speed to however long you need to make your picture. For now, I'll set it at 10 seconds. Set the f-stop to f8 and the ISO to 100. To begin painting, turn off all the lights and press the shutter button. The darker the room, the more bright your painting will appear. It also helps to wear dark clothing if you don't want yourself to show up in the image. You can paint with any light source. I'm using a small flashlight, but you can also use your phone's flashlight. So here's the result of my painting. It's just a simple smiley face. I hope you all can experiment with this technique and have some fun with it. Happy painting and stay safe.
Thanks, Daniel. Cooking and baking are great ways to step back and keep positive during these times. Blair students Wes Cannon, Haley Bruckner, and Sienna Parker Pearson bring you a fun and friendly bakers competition in their time on keeping positive.
Welcome to our macaron baking competition.
My name is Haley, and I made mango macarons.
My name is Sienna, and I made strawberry lemonade macarons.
And I'm Wes, and I made some chai macarons. And we are asking our Silver Lens producer, Lila, to judge.
j'entends des chansons. Bon. De Paris n'importe où. Brad, n'importe où. Brad, dessus. De Paris n'importe où. Brad, dessus. Quand j'entends des chansons. Brad, dessus.
The macarons have arrived at my house, which was very exciting, and I let these two rest for 2 days and this one rest for 1 day to make sure that I was being sanitary and careful. Oh, there's the canal there. It's so adorable. They're exactly what I think macarons are supposed to look like. Ooh, I don't know what flavor these are. They're kind of smaller, just like for size. We've got a little bit bigger macarons. Oh, and they're so cute. Wow. They actually taste like mango, which is really cool. I'm not sure what the flavor is. Good crunch, really good buttercream. There's like a really strong strawberry taste. It's not like that sugary strawberry. Let me just double check. Tiebreaker. I think I'm gonna have to go with Sienna's. And strawberry lemonade is just really, really great. Sienna gets first place. Haley coming in a close second, and Wes coming in a close third. So, final thoughts. There's not a lot left. I'm really looking forward to finishing these. I think you guys should all try them. Making macarons. They were really, really great.
It's always great to feature other schools on the show, and a special thank you to Lila for sharing. Be sure to send us your segments today so you can get involved. Speaking of featuring students, we have our latest and greatest second to last contestant of the April competition. Second to last, you may ask? Well, yes. Unfortunately, we're running out of time, and we'll feature our last contestant in next week's episode. You still have time to submit your segments for this first round by April 27th. Stay tuned for how to vote in an upcoming show, but for now, just enjoy.
If there's a prize for rotten judgment, I guess I've already won that. No man is worth the aggravation. That's ancient history, been there, done that. Oh no! Oh, no chance, no way, I won't say it, no, no. It's too cliche, I won't say I'm in love. I thought my heart had learned its lesson. It feels so good when you start out. My head is screaming, get a grip, girl. Unless you're dying to cry your heart out. Oh, oh. Oh no. Oh, no chance, no way, I won't say it, no, no. This ain't one play, I won't say I'm in love. Off base, I won't say it. Get off my case, I won't say it. Oh, at least out loud, I won't say I'm in love.
Aw, Binky. Have nothing else to do during this time of boring sequestering? Well, neither do we! And so, MCPS, bring your best. Social Distance TV is looking for your best hidden talent.
I'm feeling complete No, I'm not, but it's all in front of me. I've been getting no sleep, but I guess that's how it has to be, babe.
Any talent works. The deadline to enter is midnight April 1st, and the last hidden talent contestant standing will win $200. For more information, please join with the classroom code of 5VRIWJS. Please use a non-MCPS email. That's 5VRIWJS. You just bring your talent, and we will do the rest.
It's always great to see our talented students across MCPS, and it's sad that round 1 of April is shortly coming to a close. But you have the power to vote for our first round champ on May 1st. Stay tuned for more information in an upcoming show. Our second and final round begins in May. After that, we will have a talent off between our April and May winners. To wrap up this episode, we'll check in with the Binge-Worthy Desk to see how we can keep occupied in around 6 weeks of quarantine. It's hard to believe. Take it away.
Hi, welcome back to Quarantine Entertainment, where I recommend shows that you can binge watch while social distancing. The first show that I want to recommend is called The Good Doctor. It's about a young man named Sean Murphy who is autistic and a surgeon. He has savant syndrome, and in this show, Sean Murphy uses his abilities to heal patients. And the actor who plays Sean Murphy, Freddie Highmore, is very talented, and you can tell that he works hard and tries to reflect his character in an honest and accurate fashion, and he won a Golden Globe Award, so you know he's amazing. The next show that I want to recommend is called Emergence. It's a fairly new show. It's about a police chief named Joe who takes in this robot. There was an accident, and she finds this little girl who turns out to be a robot. She doesn't believe that the little girl's a robot at first. As the season goes on, they discover that she really is a robot. They discover other stuff about the world. It keeps you on the edge of your seat. Each time you finish an episode, you want to watch more. You click. As soon as that one is done, you click to the next one. So it's amazing. Go watch it. The last show I want to recommend is called Gilmore Girls. If you haven't seen this show, it basically follows the life of this 16-year-old teenager named Rory and her mom, Lorelai Gilmore. They live in a town called Stars Hollow, and it's a pretty small town, and as you can imagine, it has that small town vibe, and it's really captivating, and it's just really sweet and homey almost. I think that's the reason that it's really popular. The show's definitely something that you should try out. Plus, after you finish those 7 seasons, there's a sequel that came out I think in 2016. Yeah, so that one will definitely keep you busy. And that's it. Bye.
Finally, we want to clap out for a different group of people making life in our community a little more bearable. Today, let's clap out for restaurants and their employees, working hard to produce delicious food while also complying with the CDC's regulations. Contactless delivery and pickup is a challenge, so thank you very much for your work.
That concludes this episode of Social Distance Television. Remember to stay safe
and check MCPS TV for more.